have did this in the beginning. Damn, I should have. Mm, mm. Well, well, really dark. Why is it so dark? Mm, mm. Skip it. People. I hope I say it right. Gylan. I hope I said it right. How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in live. Hope you having a great day so far. I probably should have changed the title to. Can I change the title now? I don't think I can. Nope. Yeah, I don't think I can. It's all good. Lord. Sorry, y'all. I was praying. Okay, it feels like I need to act on my thoughts in order for them to go away, but my thoughts are taboo. It's weird. It's very common. Definitely, especially dealing with OCD. Feel like that constant focus of you know of the intrusive thoughts and stuff that that we are experiencing, we start to develop this feeling to act on it, especially if you can actually see yourself do it. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you have to do it. But that's not the case at all. And it won't ever be the case. You will not, just because you have this, you feel like you can do it, or that you're constantly focusing on this, intrusive thought. It does not mean that you're going to actually, do this. It doesn't mean that you actually. It don't mean that you desire it. Don't mean that you're actually going to do it. It doesn't mean none of that at all. But it's definitely a weird feeling. And I used to think that all the time. Like, if I act on these things, it will go away. But then I have to also think, like, if I act on these things, one, I'll be going against who I am, what I'm saying, my morals and beliefs. And then for some reason, it's like I knew, like, even if I acted on these things, like it wouldn't go away though. But I feel like it'll still be there, you know? But I feel like I never got the chance to even know that answer because I didn't have the desire to actually do it, and I was too scared to do it. So yeah, it's that I feel like that urge or that I don't know what to call it. Like I guess you say urge, but I feel like urge is such a triggering word to use because people feel like when like you have an urge to do something, mean that you want to do it. But I feel like it's not even that you want to do it; it's just that you could feel like you could do it. If that makes sense, I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, like it's like yeah, yeah. Afternoon. I hope I said it right. Thank you for the. I appreciate you for the likes. I really do. I hope y'all been doing good though. I know I've been going for a little minute. That's I've been trying to get myself together, y'all. Truth be told, because life has been lifing for me. Um, but I'm back. What was your first OCD thing? My first OCD thing was sexual irritation OCD. Um, it it started like in 2019, I believe it was. And I was in high school for sure, but yeah, it was my sexual irritation OCD. Hey, I followed you about 4 months ago when my OCD was absolutely terrible, and so no way out. Now I'm taking meds and everything changed. I love that for you, Lily. I hope yeah, Lily. Yeah, I love that for you. It's funny. I just recorded a video about me finishing this medication I've been taking. I've been a very big no person on medication for me because I just don't like how it makes me feel, and I just feel like I don't want to rely on medicine stuff like that. But by the grace of God, you know what I'm saying, I stayed disciplined and I actually took it, and today was my last day taking it. And yeah, it's for my vitamin D because my vitamin D has been very low, like for quite some time. So yeah, and I feel like it's been helping. At first, I didn't think it was helping, but now, like I know it's helping for sure. So I'm very grateful to even to even finish that. So yeah. I hope y'all been doing good. Hope y'all been taking care of yourselves, man. More lives coming soon. So this is going to be the new live schedule, and I will stick to it. I promise y'all I'll be here more often. It's gonna be every Monday, Wednesday. Um, it'll be Monday and Wednesday. I will try to fit in Thursday. I will use Tuesday and Thursday kind of like my rest day to kind of get myself together. And tend to me. Um, but you never know. I might just pop out one of them random days because this is what I do. But yeah. And Golfy said, I just want to say your videos helped me during the episode. I really appreciate that. I say I appreciate that. I'm glad my videos has helped you. Erica, appreciate you for the heartbeat. What's going on, Erica? Yeah. But I'm glad my videos can help you. You know what I'm saying? That's the point, man. It's funny. I came on here looking for help. Looking for my peoples, which is y'all. And I feel like it turned it to me being the one helping everyone else, and I'm very grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, I didn't see myself. I didn't ever see myself being an advocate and actually helping others do this. I felt like I was gonna be one of the people seeking advocacies and what I'm saying, and asking them for help, but I turned out to be that person. Like I said, I'm very grateful for it. For sure, I'm glad you found something that no, for real. Like I say, it wasn't nothing for like my mental health and stuff like that. So that's a whole different ball game. I said, will I try something? I don't know. Time will tell. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, yeah. I got stuck on REF and SBF so bad. If you don't mind me asking, Will, what is is it REFM? Refilm? I say refilm. What the fuck? Well, refilm or REFM thing. Really? Oh, I promise you that hit my mind ASAP. I promise you it did. I think it's like trauma related OCF. So I hope you too. I appreciate that. Really, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, it's called it's both. Like, I mean, they both are. I wouldn't say both, but they both. You know, what I'm saying they both tie into the same thing. Really event false memory OCD because it's all surrounding like memories in our in our lives. So yeah, I actually dealt with Relieving LCD. Um, for not as bad as I deal with my other subtypes, but I definitely dealt with it. So yeah, I definitely know how it feels to deal with that. Sad to say, I feel like I'll never deal with false memory OCD because I can't. My mind don't forget things that I want to forget. If that makes sense, um, like it's like there has been so much trauma in my life that maybe I've experienced or I have, or like bad things I've done that my mind will never forget. It will never let me let it go. Um, but no, that's all good, Wills. Sometimes I get anxious that my intrusive thoughts are memories. I I feel that. I definitely feel that. It can it like I'm learning that the mind is very powerful if you let it be powerful. You know what I'm saying? But that's one thing about OCD though. It catches us at our vulnerable moments. So we feel like a lot of the truthful thoughts that we experience, some of them are actually real. You know what I'm saying? Um, as crazy as that, like our brain is so like we gotta remember like our brain. It's not only powerful, but it's very creative. You know what I'm saying? That's how like, our imagination is. So we got a tool that can remember things, create things, surrounding the things that we remember. So, for example, you have a real actual experience that you know what I'm saying, experienced, but your brain uses that, but flips it. It messes with it and turn it into something that that isn't. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. And like so, our brain being so powerful, it can make us feel like those things are actually real and they actually happened. So, and that's scary, especially if it happened so long ago that you can't even like actually recall the memory. Like, yeah, false memory didn't come up until I kept trying to remember if I did something or not. I get that too, but the false memory feels so real. It's terrible, but I have to learn self-acceptance, something I know, which is hard. Oh, it's easier said than done. And that was like I said, that's a thing that I felt like helped me tremendously throughout my journey, even though it was hard to do. Like I had to forgive myself because like I said, I'm not perfect. So I know I have committed like wrongs. You know what I'm saying? I've done wrong things, but I know for sure that, what I'm saying, well, let me not say that. I'm just gonna say this. Like I said, I've done wrong things, but those wrong things do not define me. Even if I did or didn't do these things, they don't define who I am at this current moment. I don't care what anybody has to say. You know what I'm saying? If as long as I'm changing and learning from my mistakes, you know what I'm saying? That's all that matters. Facts. We're humans. We make mistakes. If I'm being honest, I think the internet internet definitely makes it worse. This world makes it worse because that's one thing about dealing with OCD. One, it's not common. Two, people make it seem like having bad thoughts is just instant. You're crazy, you insane, something wrong with you. But whole time, these are the same people that deal with these thoughts as well. They just don't obsess over it like we do. You know what I'm saying? Well, not the internet, but yeah, the cancel culture, bro. I I have spoke so transparent about my OCD within this past couple years. I wouldn't say I got canceled. Of course, I'm not big like that to get canceled, but of course, there was plenty of people that was talking down on me, judging me, making assumptions about me, like, but they didn't know me from a can of paint. How the OCD theme starts? That's a good question. I probably start with the anxiety, bro. Like the anxiety gets you because without the anxiety, it's like that's what it feeds off of. It feeds off of the anxiety that we, not only the anxiety, but the attention we give these things. So, like I said, if I explained this like a month ago, if we break down OCD, right, obsessive compulsive disorder, the obsession slash trigger is you getting anxiety and stuff like that. If you eliminate that, you know what I'm saying, the process of, you know what I'm saying, like the cycle of this, it just stops. It's over with because you're not obsessing over these things no more. Or you're not triggered by it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, if you keep it, like I say, you obsessed, triggered, fall into the compulsions that we fall into, and then the cycle just, you know, keeps going. But I say I feel like it's all based off anxiety for real, especially taboo OCD things. No, for real. Stone or something. I, bro, I just sit back, bro. Like at first, I couldn't be like this. I couldn't sit back and be like now. When people try to judge me about the thoughts and stuff that I experience, I laugh, and I laugh because it's like, we live in a world where everybody try to be so perfect and try to act like they're better than someone, but whole time, like I said, they're experiencing the same thing. It's just that they don't obsess over it like we do. You know what I'm saying? And they be so quick to judge, and it's like, damn, like you can ask like how does make me feel, or like what actually happens within this process. You just automatically assume the worst about me. And like I said, everybody that has OCD, bro, and deal with like the taboo thoughts and stuff like that are the nicest people, bro. I know that for sure. What people do is so unfortunate. It's very black and white thinking. Very black and white thinking. Kevo, don't get your ass on, dog. Don't start. You know, you got time for your ass. Also heard that some people get things of like schizophrenic. No, for sure. People feel like, you know, they see things, or you know, yeah, if people feel like they be seeing things due to their OCD. I've heard that story before. I heard a lot of people say that. Cap, you bully me. I don't bully nobody, Mister. I'm about to kick your ass already, which made things worse. I'm so lucky my family and loved ones are so understand. I love that for you. I really do. Let me. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna say. I wasn't gonna try to say your name because I didn't want to tarnish it. Because I'm bad with names, but I'm gonna try it. Angelique. That's an That's not Angelique. What the dog? I should just shut up. I should have just shut up. I should have just shut up. I should just ask, like, how do I say your name? Because I don't want to tarnish it. I should just said that. I should have started off with that. How do I say your name so I don't tarnish it? That's what I should have said. Oh, I said it right, Angelique. Bro, Cash, shut your. No, let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Yeah, yeah, I said it right. I said it. No, it's like, I'm glad I said it right. But Angelique, I love that for you. Because it is very hard to, in the world we live in today, like you would think that, you know, your family or your friends would be the people that you could come to about this, but whole time they the ones that's judging you. Sad to say, they like I've heard that story many a times. And I said I'm very lucky to have the family I have as well, because you know they all know about what I go through, and they still love me, look at me as the same loving person, and yeah, they don't judge me or anything like that. You know, I don't really come to them as often about my OCD because I don't know. That's just like I said. That's always been me being that I don't need nobody, or you know, I don't, you know, I can do this by myself type of thing. But it's also, yeah, I don't know. I just don't come to them about that. I know I can, but I just don't choose. I just choose not to because, yeah, we all know how it can get. I do with harm OCD really bad for most of it. I'm more scared about the false memories. I've dealt with harm OCD. That was like my top like subtype that like that was like top three for sure. Like of worst subtypes I dealt with. Um, and then the false memory, like I can't, I don't really deal with false memory for real because, like I said, my mind. Well, I guess you could say I deal with it because I don't know, like I don't know, but I know all these subtypes can like intertwine with each other and makes things worse. Like I said, dealing with, you know, you can deal with relationship OCD and sexual orientation OCD. together and makes it worse. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Is it normal to oh, my bad. I see you come to where I'm from. I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin to be exact. I just I'm a government. I say I'm government. I just let me shut up. Is it normal to experience an episode where it's telling you to hurt? Yes. Um that's when I was doing harm OCD, my mom was telling me that I wanted to hurt people. And I was gonna hurt people. But I didn't, of course that wasn't going to happen. It was never going to happen. Um yeah. But of course that's all easier said than done to just know that it's not gonna happen, it's never gonna happen. Um I um I've always knew, despite whatever my intrusive thoughts fed to me, I always knew that it was a lie deep down inside. Even when it felt real, even though it felt like I could do these things, I actually desired these things, deep down inside, I knew it was a lie. And I just kept going. I kept trying to show up for people. I kept trying to show up for myself. I kept trying to interact with the world and just act like nothing's going on because, sad to say, that's what you got to do. Um, a lot of us, I feel like we sit, you know, and this is very normal and common and understanding because when you're dealing with OCD, it makes you very um I would say handicapped, I guess you could say. Um it can paralyze you. You know what I'm saying? It blocks you out from the world, makes you not want to talk to nobody, makes you not want to be around nobody. But just sitting there dealing with these things, because we may think that this like just like blocking ourselves out from the world and not interacting with anything or anybody, we thinking this is helping us, but it's only making it worse. You know what I'm saying? It gives us temporary relief that that we need, or the temporary, yeah, yeah, just temporary relief that we need or whatever. You have to start to do things to kind of, how can I say it? Um, you have to do things to like let yourself and your brain know there's nothing wrong, that you won't actually do these things. Even though you don't, that you won't ever do these things, you don't want to do these things. You have to prove to your mind by just and to your OCD by just go out and live your life. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing is going on. That's I say all that to say this. Instead of trying to isolate yourself from the world and not interact with anybody, because you're thinking you're protecting yourself and these people and protecting your morals, beliefs, and stuff like that, still go out and live your life how you want to live your life, even if it's hard. You have to continue to do that in order for you to build confidence in yourself and let yourself know that everything's all right. There's nothing wrong. These are just thoughts, because that's exactly what they are. They're just thoughts. They're not truth. They're not facts. They don't define you. None of that. So, yeah. That was a big ass yap session. I'm sorry. The bio says dancers. The bio says dancer. Are you appearing in the next Stump the Yard? Like I hate you, kid. False memories paired with taboo. Hell on earth. Trust. I'm trying to tell you. I know exactly how y'all feel. Exactly. This is good to have someone you trust to talk to 100%. I only have one other person I can talk to, and it helps a lot. It's about he's a crip. You a Muslim? No. Everybody asks me that. That's funny. Where's the doing in a physical way to give shame to mess? Yes, the worst. LCD likes to latch on to things you love, which is what makes it scarier. And that's exactly why, you know what I'm saying, that we end up in them loops. Because imagine telling someone not to care about what they care about deeply. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine telling me not to sit here and try to change my thoughts, saying change the thought that's telling me to harm someone that I love. Like, that sounds crazy at first. That's gonna be like that's gonna have us like, I'm not gonna sit here and allow myself to have this thought. I'm going to change it. But we don't know that trying to focus on protecting what's not even as real as it may feel, none of the things that we think about, I don't even think about the intrusive thoughts that we have, it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we basically fighting uh I don't know how to explain it. Like we fighting the empty battle. Like it's like we fighting up like it's like yeah. But doing that is only giving it power, more power, because it knows that you care about it, and it feeds off of us changing our thoughts, avoiding people, places, and things. It feeds off of us trying to figure out what these thoughts means, which one is intrusive, which one is not. It feeds off of all of this, and the more we do these things, the more we get trapped in the cycle. Now, I will say this: compulsions are not 100% bad thing. I know y'all may hear that a lot. Like, you need to stop doing compulsions. But these compulsions, like, they help us, get back on track in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do believe that 100% relying on compulsions is bad because that's, like I said, that is what gives it the power to keep going. But there's nothing wrong from time to time seeking reinsurance, you know what I'm saying? Because just in life in general, sometimes we get lost. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't know what's going on. We get scared. And what we do when things like this happen, we pray to God. We talk to friends. We avoid certain things. We do these things to kind of get us back on track and keep us going. It's the same thing, you know what I'm saying, with OCD. And so, like I said, you don't have to 100% cut off OCD at all. I mean, that's OCD. Cut off compulsions at all. But definitely watch how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Because too much of it can keep you in a cycle. But if you just find a fair balance between, you know, doing compulsions and believing in yourself or believing in whatever, having confidence in whatever's going on, yeah, that's the key to getting through this. Find a balance between those two. You look mad tired, gang. I'm not tired, bro. I'm sorry, what the best for you. Especially when it hits you, bro. Oh my gosh. This ain't you. I had OCD and it disappeared casually. I love that for you. How do you how do you help with confessing? I always feel like I have to bring my event up when I meet people. Um, I don't think I've ever had a thing for confessing when it comes to my OCD. Um, maybe I did. Actually, I did. It's funny. It's funny because it deals with really bad OCD. I think it was one time I was having like I was in a spiral with my OCD, and I was dealing with multiple subtypes at this time. But really, my OCD was at this like it was working overtime, and it was something that I've done in the past that was very wrong, and it bothered me because I felt like someday it'll catch up to me. Now, my intentions wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have ill intentions when this thing happened. You know, I've I would say that I was just very um how can I word it? I didn't know no better. That's what I say. I didn't know no better. But I say how to say this. It as you get older and you look back on things that certain things that you do, you start to think like I said, when you're dealing with really OCD, you think that these things define you. Think that something bad may happen um in the future and stuff like that. So I ended up confessing to these things that I did to people surrounding this situation. Um and I throughout this time I was doing a lot of confessing, which was like I wouldn't say weird, but it's like I felt like this confessing would have helped me, you know what I'm saying, in some way. I just felt like I needed to get it out. But what happened? I confessed and whole time nothing didn't happen. I don't know why I'm saying this at this point. I don't know what's going on right now. To be told you, I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. But let me go back to your question. I don't know why that story came about, but yeah. How can I help? Well, what can help you with confessing? Um, I'm trying to find a way to say it. So excuse me. Um, Let me come back to it. Let me come back to it. I'm gonna find a way to say it. I'm gonna come back to say it. Golly. Oh no 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 no. I'm not. No. My bad, Wills. It's I'm not. No, I'm not uncomfortable. I'm very comfortable with talking about this. I promise you, I am. I'm just trying to find a way to say it to you, and for it to be, for you can receive it better. You know what I'm saying? I don't, because I know when I talk, I can just talk and just and and maybe it's just me overthinking about what I'm saying. I be feeling like what I be saying don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm just yapping. So yeah, it's none with you, Will. I promise you, it's all good. Yeah. Because like I said, I think it's more so me just knowing that I'm not a like I never really confessed like that until that one moment, like I said. So that's probably why I brought it up, and I was trying to figure out like what stopped me from confessing after that, because like I feel like that would be something that I'll still try to confess. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that I just hate experiencing, or just hate that I even went through at that time. But yeah, I think it's more so just like I can say this: don't look into, you know what I'm saying? Cause I think, like I said, when we confessing, it's like we more so just trying to look for approval from other people, or trying to just like, you know, ask for forgiveness and stuff like that. Like, I think it starts off with just forgiving yourself when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you forgive yourself, that's all that really matters. Cause even if you, let's just, for example, let's say I confess something to someone, you know what I'm saying? Confess something to someone and it surrounds them, right? I'm looking more so, I'm confessing to them to, apologize, ask for their forgiveness. Now let's just say I do this, right? And I don't receive their forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They still don't, rock with me for what I did. Now, you know what I'm saying? That makes me even more triggered, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like then, they go turn it into something that, it isn't. They go make it a bigger situation and stuff like that. So it's more so like just try to forgive yourself for what may or may not have happened. You feel me? Like don't try to look for, saying, reassurance with someone, and forgiveness and stuff like that. Just like I said, try to forgive yourself. I hope that helped. I really do hope that helped. Because like I said, I haven't, because I think with me, when it came to confessing, for what I did in the past. It was more so me not only seeking for forgiveness, but you know, I don't know, like it's mainly seeking for forgiveness and hoping that you know what I may think happened don't happen if I confess. So yeah, I think it's just start off with forgiving yourself. If I don't feel fake, also, the stigma of OCD makes people not speak about it either. No, for sure. Like I said, when I don't know where the strength. I'm saying it was God, bro. I'll be honest, y'all. Like this whole journey, you know what I'm saying. I've always talked about how I did it on my own, and I was actually praying to God, about my whole situation and stuff like that when it came to my OCD. And when I felt like nothing was changing, I stopped praying. Um, I stopped talking to God because I feel like it was a waste of time, truth be told. But I genuinely feel like even though I did that, God still was with me. You know what I'm saying? Like God still helped me. So I feel like that's where the strength I got to talk about OCD and about my story came from. Because yeah, I still to this moment I'll be like, I never seen myself doing this. You know what I'm saying? God bless all y'all. They got heal you and get you through it. No, facts. Appreciate that, Kev, for real. Do you have pure OCD? No, I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I don't. What am I talking about? I get you, brother. Yeah, I get my life to God. It's like I ain't gonna lie. I This has been the most serious um time I have been getting closer to God. You know what I'm saying? I've been reading the Bible every day. Um, I've been trying to really like understand, the Bible and learn about God and be more godly like. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I can say it has been a great journey so far. You know what I'm saying? I actually feel like it's been, you know, yeah, it's been a good journey. That's all I can say. Oh, you can post as I have here. Oh, yeah, I know about that. That's why I say I don't know why I say I don't think I have OCD. I mean, pure O because I know I don't have pure O because I fall into compulsions a lot. So, and I think that's like I'm not going to say which subtype is the worst subtype to deal with because I feel like it all depends on the person. But I feel like that is a tough subtype to deal with because you literally have no compulsions to fall into. It's like you basically stuck in a cycle. You know what I'm saying? You stuck with obsessing over things. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing to kind of bring you out of that. You know? You're delayed with these comments catch up. I ain't gonna lie, too many comments. Scarlett, how you doing? Appreciate you tuning in. I hope you didn't leave because I was delayed in the comments. Bro, I hate Cam, bro. Shut up, dog. Angelique, I appreciate you for the follow. Hey, dude. Anne Marie, how you doing? Appreciate you tuning in. How long do things usually last? It depends on the person. It depends on the person. That's all I can say. It depends on the person. Because a lot of people ask me how long did it take me to get out of my sexual orientation thing. And like I tell everybody, I feel like if I was to know what I know now back then, I would have been out of my episode. Well, I can't even say that. I don't know. But back then I didn't have no resources. You know what I'm saying? Like how we have it now. You know what I'm saying? There was no OCD company. There wasn't no TikTok. All we had was Reddit. And that was word of advice to everybody that's on here. If you're dealing with OCD badly, don't go on Reddit. Please don't. That don't get on Reddit. I'm just leave it at that. Do not get on Reddit. It will make it worse. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, if I knew what I knew now back then, well, back then we didn't have no resources. So it was kind of hard for me to understand what I was going through. But as I went through it, the more knowledge I gained due to, the resources being created. So I would say I started to get I was dealing with my sexual orientation OCD in like 2019, I believe, like 2018. Um, I started to and like I said, throughout every day I've dealt with this. Every day I had this battle. every day I had this battle. As I went through this battle every day, I started to gain different things. You know what I'm saying? Different things to help me. You know what I'm saying? And about like 2022, yeah, 2022, that's when TikTok was, you know, buzzing. It was still buzzing, but that's when everybody was on TikTok. Um, I said, then I started seeing a lot of OCD talk, and yeah, I say how to say this. I be yapping, bro. I feel like I just be yapping and yapping and yapping. But at the end of the day, it all depends on the person. Um, like, because at the end of the day, OCD is an attention disorder. It drives off of the attention that we give it. So if you sit here and practice mindfulness, like meditations, or just simply doing, ERP or taking medication, like these are certain things that can help you get through these episodes. So depending, like I say, it all depends on the person. It really all depends on the person, because it's some people that took medication and they damn near could have been out their episodes within a day, a week. You know what I'm saying? It's people like me that did this straight off the muscle. I didn't take no medication. I didn't go to no therapist. I really just practice mindfulness and stuff like that, like mindfulness techniques. So like I said, doing meditation, learn about ERP and stuff like that. I was doing this all on my own, so I feel like it took me a longer time to really get through this than others. But I say I have to say this. It all depends on the person. I'm just yapping, bro. I feel like I'm just yapping, bro. Same. That's my problem now. I feel, hey, and that's probably why I'm so delayed, because I'm just yapping. I think I need to answer the question and just go. But I remember this comment right here. This was when I was talking about my university. He said, "Same. That's my problem now. I feel selfish about it, but I remember apologizing right after I was forgiven. It was still friends, but I still feel the need to confess." But yeah, like I said, it's that need of forgiveness. That need of, like I say, you feeling wrong because either they don't know that that you did something, or even if they do know that you did something, you feel wrong for even let like making them feel how they felt when you did what you did. You know what I'm saying? And that just comes with being a good person, and that's what OCD loves. About what I'm saying, targeted us, because it knows that we are good people, and it knows that we care about these things. So it's gonna make so we're gonna obsess over how people feel, how we feel, how what I'm saying, how we look, how our morals and beliefs and stuff are affected by the things that we do, the thoughts that we have, stuff like that. It loves that, and it's going to like I said, it's going to attack those things, and it's going to try to turn things out, to turn nothing to something, and yeah. You okay? I'm good. I don't know if you asking that because I'm all over the place right now, or you generally asking about okay, but I am okay. I'm good, y'all. Me one, let's say I did something. I know how I did it. But it, like I said, that's the um. Let me read these comments like out loud so y'all know where I'm at. Excuse. They say we got 27 new messages. God damn, all right, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me get through this. Me wanting to say I did something, I know now I didn't, but sometimes I still feel I don't know. I definitely understand, because like I said, when it comes to OCD, it's very convincing. It can be very convincing. Even deep down inside, if you know that you didn't do something, it's going to convince you that you did something. Like, it's that powerful, and that's like I said, that's how powerful our brain is. You should bring guests up. I would love that. And the fact that I can do that is crazy now. So if y'all do want to come up and talk, y'all can. I'm sorry if you're not coming. No, oh wait, okay, nah, I already went past that. I already went past that. Okay. Hold on. Wait. Okay. There you go. Apologize. Don't talk about anything you don't want. Oh no. I tell y'all, I'm good. Like that's. I ain't going. I'm trying to turn. I'm trying not to turn this into a yap session. I've been going through this battle for quite some time now, y'all. Like I've been, advocating for OCD for for a minute. So I've never, I'm never like uncomfortable talking about it. Some things I am uncomfortable talking about, but 9 times out of 10, y'all don't ask me like y'all don't ask about those things that I'm uncomfortable talking about. So yeah, I'm good, y'all. I promise you. I love you, Musty. I ain't Musty. No, true. You tripping. It's way to go to talk my fingers getting tired. Y'all, the fact that I want to come and talk, I love that. So if y'all really want to come and talk, we can. Has LSD ever made you feel like you're like going crazy? Yes. I I think I spoke on this on here. Um, I remember when, like I said, dealing with OCD, it makes me feel like I'm going through an identical crisis. Identical identity crisis. What the hell am I talking about? It makes me feel like I'm going through an identity crisis. Like I don't know who I am. I don't know what my beliefs are anymore. Stuff like that. So yeah, but it has definitely made me feel like I was crazy though. God is good. God is definitely. Boom! What did do, Retro? My bad, guy. I'm late as hell in these comments. Wait, okay. People want to come up and talk.
Oh my gosh, hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I can't complain.
That's good. Okay. I was gonna say something and I completely lost track of it.
I
I'm so
felt that.
sorry.
That'd be me. I felt that.
Dang. But like, I guess I did want to say too, like, when I actually first came across your page, I
Mhm.
think it was around like 2019 or
Oh,
2020,
you
I
were
think.
OG, OG.
Oh, bro, when I tell you, I like at
That.
first, or it might have been 2020, but I know like I've never known about OCD, or it was like in my mind I was like I don't think I have OCD or
Mhm.
anything like that, but I know like I've been through some shit, unfortunately. And
Yeah.
then like the one thing where I have my relevant false memory thing over it. Oh,
Mhm.
let me say this too. I haven't been properly diagnosed. I've talked to my therapist about it,
Oh, you're not
and we're
alone. Um,
okay. Thank you.
true. I'm gonna let everybody know this now. All the 7 viewers, whoever in here, I've not been diagnosed with OCD at all. It's more so me. Because like I said, I came from this mindset like I don't need nobody. I can do it on my own. And truth be told, I've always been in the mindset where I don't trust doctors and stuff like that. But that's changing. But anyways, I've always like before I even like self-diagnosed myself with OCD, I did hella research like about it. So I don't just just throw it out there. Of course, that would be something I would love to like I would have loved to like happen at the time to give me reinsurance, but I had to make sure like, okay, this is actually OCD. This is not me actually going crazy and stuff like that. And yeah, so you're not alone on that
Okay, thank
though.
you. Because I was like, damn, at first, well, okay, if I'm being honest, at first, when it first happened,
Yeah. Mhm.
I remember I had like, at first I was like, oh, I'm just having an existential crisis. But
Okay.
then like shit kept going on, and I was like, I cannot control my thoughts for the life of me.
Yeah.
And so it went from like existential crisis to freaking sexuality,
Hmm.
and then from sexuality to uh I can't remember what other theme happened. I think it was just that's or actually I think after that was when the real event false memory started coming up.
Hmm.
And the real event was like things that I either forgot about because they were like in my childhood, and
Yeah.
I can't like genuinely I don't remember much of my childhood, but I'm like, what the
You was not
fuck?
alone. You was not.
Oh my god, it's terrible.
I
And then
hate
like,
that because
oh
it
sorry, go
it
ahead.
really. No, that's my fault.
No, no, you're good, you're good.
My OCD loves targeting my younger self because like I said, when it comes to OCD. I feel like a lot of us who have like who later on find out that we have OCD, we always had OCD as we was younger. But
Mm-hmm.
we didn't know because as kids, we don't care about none of that. We're living our life to the fullest because we are kids. You know what I'm saying? So whatever
Fact.
goes through our mind, we thinking like, okay, whatever. I'll
Well,
kid y'all not. I remember my first time talking to my grandma. Oh, I said my first time talking to my grandma. My first time experiencing this thing, I was with my grandma and I was just like chilling at her house, and a thought came to my mind, and it was weird. I'm like, I can talk in my head. What the fuck? I said, Grandma, I have a thought in my something's talking in my head. And she like, grandson, that's you just thinking. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. But I say all to say this. I say as kids, we don't care about none of this. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about sexuality. We don't care about like I don't say we wouldn't care about these like the morals and beliefs and stuff like that, but it's not like we don't care about how much as we care about it now. Like I feel like when you get older, they make you take life way more serious. So everything that you think about, all your morals and beliefs and stuff like that, like yeah,
It's
yeah,
bad. And like
yeah,
that's actually one of my homies. He has OCD too, and that's like one thing that he really he has real event. I think he has real event OCD,
okay,
and his is like really really bad. And like he'll tell me like a lot of things from his childhood. I'm like, dude, you were a
you was a
child.
child,
Like when it comes into like retrospect, I think he's 21. I'm 25, so maybe like the mindset is a little bit different too. But I'm like, you were a child. And
yeah,
when I look back at like myself as a child or other children as like other people as childs too, like nobody knew really any better.
yeah,
You learn as you grow. And
exactly.
like, yeah, and I'm just like, oh, this is
So that's
crazy.
why OCD loves that though, because like I said, as a kid, you living freely. You're not rather
Mhm.
if you do something good or bad, like you a kid, so you not knowing no better. So when you
Exactly.
get older and you get all these things get put into your mind, like as far as what's right and what's wrong, then you get older, you're like, damn, like as a kid, I used to do this. So
Hmm.
does that make me a bad person now? And then of course that's where OCD comes in. It makes you like, oh yeah,
It's
you
terrible. And
that's terrible.
like when I think about my event, and like when I say these things, I'm not like saying them as excuses, but I genuinely was like really I was already going through a really tough time period
Mm.
when my event happened, and it was one really bad drunk night. Now, unfortunately, I can't remember. I'm not laughing at it. I'm just
No,
it's
I know what you. Yeah, I'm gonna
yeah.
continue. I know, I know.
But like what let me explain too a little bit what happened prior was like well I'm not going to go into detail
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
just say quick
Be
trigger warning
like be
but
comfortable.
thank
You
you
ain't gotta go into detail for
but
real.
unfortunately I was like violated and this was like either within the same week or something like that
Mm,
and I was already like I think it was like 17 or 18 but I was already drinking like heavily like real bad because I was
yeah.
going through stuff at home stuff at school dealing with my own mental stuff because
Mm,
I already had depression and stuff. I was like alcohol no feelings.
man.
And the one drunk night um basically a friend who didn't know like all the things that actually happened that I now know what actually happened.
Mm,
Um, they had made a joke and they were like, "Oh, you're a trigger warning, a rapist," and they didn't know what had actually happened. And I told one of my friends about it.
mm,
Well, no, I actually told the first person I told like when I the relevant OCD started popping up
yeah.
they were like more than likely your friend making that joke is probably why you think this way about yourself
Mm,
even if everything is pointing to that's not the case and even now like although I'm much better I'm not in a spiral anymore
yeah.
I still get like I'll think back to it I'm like I'll try to remember things sometimes I'm
Mm,
like well what if they were lying and what if they just wanted me to feel like I didn't do anything wrong like it's just a
yeah.
bunch of constant what ifs and it's like all the what ifs in the world isn't gonna like it's not gonna get me anywhere
Mm.
and then like oh I feel like I sound really crazy I'm
No,
so
you
sorry
don't.
that was a lot.
No. I was gonna say one. I want to say I am sorry that you even experienced that. Um, because like I said, OCD like can turn like any moment, whether it's something small or something big, and turn into a living hell. Like on constant replay though. Like even if you are in a place where it's like you know like you're trying to forget about it. Like I said, you turned to you turned into you went to alcohol because like I said when you brought up alcohol, I instantly started laughing because I was the same way. Like I said, when it
Mm-hmm.
came to me trying to run away from what I was going through, or just even numb the pain and stuff like that, you
Yeah.
thinking, oh yeah, I'm finna drink, smoke, do whatever, and I'm finna just, forget about it. I'm gonna be good. The
Yeah.
whole time, once you drink it, and you drink it, and for that little moment, you thinking, oh yeah, okay, I'm good. I'm loose. I'm having fun. Then somebody or something they will say something, trigger you right back into an episode while you're drunk. And
Oh
then,
man.
like I said, when you are intoxicated, whether you know what I'm saying, blowing the tree or drinking the bottle, you are not fully here. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like your mind is gonna race. Like it's gonna be at 100 miles per hour, and you can't. You feel like you have no control. You can't do anything about it because you already went into what I'm saying, doing something thinking that it was gonna release this pain, stop you from experiencing this thing. They just made it worse.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yes.
yeah, like I ain't gonna lie, that it was funny. Um, when I was this happened like 2022, I believe. Like it wasn't too long ago, like 23, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really drinking as much because I knew that my OCD would trigger me.
Mm.
But my best friend invited me out, and I'm like, skip it, bro. I'm a drink. You know what I'm saying? So me and her girlfriend went to her people's crib, and I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, I'm finna, actually drink. I'm gonna be good. We having fun. Drinks come out. I'm drinking. I'm like, all right, I'm good. And this was something towards my sexual orientation. Keep in mind, and before I continue, before you know what I'm saying, um before I did this, my sexual orientation OCD wasn't even like bothering me as much. Like I was honestly good. Like it didn't bother me for a while. But like I said, I just went to drink because I just wanted to have fun. So I started drinking. I don't know what it was exactly. I forgot about it. But all I know is I spiraled like it was my first time ever experiencing OCD. Like, and it was crazy is it was something that I've always it was something that I experienced before, and I kind of moved past it. Like I didn't like it never bothered me after like it never bothered me for a while. Like I'm like okay, I ain't gonna get triggered by that ever again. I'm good.
Right.
But then once I came upon it while I was drunk, I forgot all about it. I forgot about everything I learned when it came to OCD. I forgot about the compulsions, all that. Because after that moment, I'm just sitting there in my mind like, what the fuck? Why am I having this thought? Like, what's going on? Like, what does this mean? Like, does it like it? I was in a big spiral. So I say I had to say this. After that, I'm like, bro, I'm done drinking. But I can say that lately I've drunk, but I was good though. I haven't got triggered lately. So it when it comes to being intoxicated, if you're really dealing with OCD at its all-time highest, being intoxicated may help you. It may. But I strongly just suggest that, you kind of don't do it because and this may depends on the person because somebody has said caffeine helped them, but then somebody else said caffeine don't help them. They say it makes it
Yeah.
worse. So I'm like, it depends on the person. So if you like partake in these things, um monitor yourself. You know what I'm saying? Make
Facts.
sure that if it triggers you when you're doing it, don't do it no more. Like, but if you
Mhm.
find yourself to be at ease when you partake in these things, then continue to. But I would say this. I relate to you on the intoxicated point, and yeah,
It's so bad. It's crazy too. And like, what was bugging me? Well, and I'm not mad at anybody because the friend that made the joke, they didn't know what had just happened to me like within that same time
mm,
period. So I was like, damn, did I actually do something? So
yeah,
like I apologized to the person. And it still mind boggles me to this day, but that's only because I'm still kind of stuck in that bit of a loop of thinking like the
yeah.
worst of the worst happened.
Oh
But
yeah,
they're like, you're good, like you're okay.
but
And then when like when the initial spiral peaked for
mm,
the real event, it had been maybe like 5, 6 years since the event. And I called the
mm,
person up. We've been friends for a while.
mm,
And even to this day, like we still talk. But I called them up and I was like, hey, I am so sorry for what happened.
mm,
at so and so time period. He was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, you don't remember? He was like, huh? Like,
Oh, okay. Wait. Before we continue, hold on, because
yeah.
I've been missing comments lately. Hold on. Okay. Q,
Oh, you go
Rena,
ahead.
what's going on, man? Appreciate you tuning in, sister. I hope you've been doing good. You said, do you think? Wait, Quran? Somebody in here named Quran? Or is, oh, that's I need. Okay, maybe I do need a nap or some shit. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But do you think there isn't any upside to OCD? Yes. Um, Truth be told, I always was the person that was like, bro, I hate OCD. Like I hate it. And to this moment, I still hate it. Don't get me wrong. I hate this shit. But I feel like I will not be the person I am today if it wasn't for my OCD. Um, for example, I used to think like there was no chance of me, you know what I'm saying, being happy again. There was no chance of me finding love. There was no chance of me pursuing my dream or what I'm doing. I felt like my life would just be in a down spiral. I would just keep going downhill, and it would not ever be up for me. Um, but then once I've got that one opportunity to just experience life and be good, you know what I'm saying, and not be bothered by the intrusive thoughts and stuff like that, it gave me a different like output on life as far as life in general. Because I say this all the time with OCD. OCD is not linear. Not OCD is not linear, and that goes the same as life. Like it's a balance, bro. When it comes to everything in life, bro, it's a balance. You can't have good without bad. You can't have bad without good. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that because of OCD. So when it comes to my OCD, when I experience my bad moments with OCD, I'm like, you know, I will get out of this someday. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be next week, it may not be next month. Sad to say, I don't want to trigger anybody, but it may not be next year. But I will get out of this. And 9 times out of 10, I do. And then also, I start to experience more good than bad when it comes to, dealing with OCD. Once I start to learn everything that I learned, and then it start to like I said, start to like turn me into a different person, but a better person. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to trick anybody because I know we all have this mindset like, I want to be how I used to be. I want to be this old version of me. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I still wish that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this disorder has like helped me grow as a person. It helped me cherish life more. It helps me cherish shit, helping y'all more. It helps me just give me a different perspective on life. Like when, and that's why I like to say, like, bro, OCD in life is no difference at all. I kid y'all not, because a lot of people that don't have OCD makes it seem like that this disorder is something that's like not common. It is something that's like it's something that's just new. And it's like, no, bro. I How can I put it? Well, it's as simple as this. When someone hear about intrusive thoughts, right? They think like, you know, when you tell them about the taboo intrusive thoughts that you think about, they be like, "Oh, you crazy, you weird." But like I said, the whole time they have the same thoughts. They just don't obsess over it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my mom even told me, like, son, I be having crazy thoughts sometimes. I just don't. I don't act on them. I don't obsess over them. You know what I'm saying? It's life. Like this is just life, y'all. That's like I said, I learned a lot of things when it comes to OCD. OCD has been it's been hell for me for sure. But on the other side, it has helped me grow as a person. It helps me grow mentally. It helped me get a different perspective on life and just how, yeah, just how life. This is just life, y'all. This is just everything we are experiencing is just life. It's nothing more, nothing less to this shit. It's just life, bro. And it's like, yeah, all, and that's why I can say, all y'all that deal with this disorder, y'all are great people. Y'all are good people. Y'all have a big heart. Like Yeah, y'all. I'm gonna say this. Y'all good. All y'all are good. Y'all may think y'all might be going through a terrible episode right now, and y'all may think y'all may not come out of this episode. But I promise y'all. I promise y'all will. And y'all and you may not feel like your normal self as you would like, but I can tell you will turn into a better version of yourself that that you will love. Like I said, I love the version of myself now. Even though I hate the OCD part, I love who I've become. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, there are some upsides to this. You know what I'm saying? That like I said, all the things I know now, as far as on the good side, it all came from OCD, truth be told. So yeah. Once again, another yap session. But yeah.
Sorry. No, you're good. You're good. If I may add to that too, one thing I've noticed, and it's not just me, it's other people, it
Mm,
seems like it makes a lot of people very more empathetic and
mm,
definitely a lot more compassionate and
most definitely.
what's the word? Have more humility
Yes.
because like you said, it really relates to real life where it's like nothing is black and white.
Nothing.
Everything is so colorful. There's always nuances. There's so many different layers to everything. And
Preach.
I will say, definitely, I don't like saying this because I feel like it sounds corny, but at the same time, I feel like there's a lot of truth in like online and especially on TikTok. One thing I've noticed is a lot of people don't either know or understand nuance and like are very black and white and it's not helpful at all for and it's not even bro I was talking to my therapist about this and she was like it's not even good with people like PTSD,
Mm,
BPD, especially OCD. Like all of it is not it's not helpful at all. And
mm.
like I'll say there was one creator I was watching, Matt Marshall. I don't know if you've ever watched his videos or saw him. I
Matt
can't. He
Marshall.
was
He have OCD or
um
is just somebody that just like he's a content creator?
he was a content creator for
Mm.
OCD. At least what I remember was mostly like OCD, and his was relevant false memory harm
As I've
and
probably seen him before,
uh
honestly.
yeah, he unfortunately was canceled, and but he had some other things going on with him where it was like I guess people in the autism, I hope I don't sound ignorant when I say this, but the autistic community were
Like yeah,
like
yeah.
you okay, thank you. They were like, oh, you because he was self-diagnosing, I believe, but
Hmm.
don't quote me on any of this because I could be wrong.
Okay.
But I believe they were all upset because he was like, self-diagnosing and giving like tips and tricks and stuff like that. And they were like, don't self-diagnose, like it's not good, it's not healthy. You gotta go see, a professional and things like that. And even if you do research, just like every reason not for him not to speak on autism and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can understand that. And then I think he had something going on with another it was another black creator
Mm.
and that was like I guess a kind of iffy moment. I don't exactly remember all the details,
Yeah.
but then I guess his ex-girlfriend at that time. And this is what like bugged me out. Actually, I
Mm.
don't know if I should say because I don't want to trigger anyone. I probably should. I'm not gonna say what she did exactly,
Yeah.
but like there was a whole situation between them,
Mm.
and that really tripped me out. But also at the same time, I was like, it just made me realize a lot about I feel like how people can be, and I don't want
Mm.
to make assumptions on her character
Yeah.
because I don't know her personally. But at the same time, it's like online.
Mm.
Everything it's so hard for me to feel like a lot of things are very genuine online.
Oh, I
You
definitely
for
feel you.
sure seem 110% genuine. Let me just
I
say that.
appreciate that. I appreciate that.
No
I
problem at
try.
all. Yeah, you're doing a great job. But like other people, like even just like a lot of like the cancel culture
Mm.
and the mob mentality, it's like I said, very black and white,
Yeah.
no nuances and things like that. And I'm seeing like not just in between that, but like this was one thing that was bugging me was like also who exactly was being targeted. Like one thing I noticed, and I
Mm.
could be bugging, and I'm not like trying to I don't want to add any more individualism or individuality, I
Mm.
guess. I don't know. But one thing I've noticed definitely was like women of color, if they did something wrong, the backlash was crazy. And
Mm.
that was like bugging me out so bad because like what I want to do requires me to be online. And I was like, dang. I know I'm not perfect, but I don't want to come online confessing every bad thing I've done or
Mm,
like any mistake I've made,
yeah.
because 9 times out of 10, those everything, and I'm not using it as an excuse, but everything that's like happened
Mm,
was literally just out of trauma. It, like
yeah.
something I had unfortunately went through,
Mm,
and I just was being, I don't know, but
what?
I'm like, dang, imagine, I don't want to know. It's too much and it scares me, and I'm like, or let me get back to the point because I'm
No,
yapping too. I'm so sorry.
no, because I was gonna piggyback off what you were saying. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first started, and please try to keep like remember what you was finna say, because I might go
Okay,
on a big
okay.
ass Jap session again. But I'm gonna try not to.
It's okay.
But when I first started this, I started advocating stuff like that. I remember when I was talking about OCD and stuff, and people like, I don't want to sound, that's gonna sound weird. Um, I would say it was black people. That
Mhm.
sounds so weird saying.
It's okay. It's
But
okay.
they would comment on my videos and be like, you doing this for our people and stuff like that. And they said they was appreciating me and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna lie, like when I first started this, like I never did it, for a specific type of color or anything like that. It was more so just anybody that deals with, mental health and stuff like that. But then that makes me fall. That brings me to what you were saying as far as like, you know, being black and talking about this. Like I said, I don't want to be that person to bring up, you know, just color into this. But
It's
if
okay.
I'm
I
being
get it.
honest, if there was another race talking about what I talk about, 9 times out of 10, they will get either more praise than I would, or less judgment than I would.
Yes.
And
Oh my
sad to
gosh.
say, that's the world we live in. And like I said, I love all peoples, black, white, gray, purple, whatever. I'm not that type of I promise y'all I'm not. But if we gonna speak facts, sad to say, that's the world we live in. Cause I guarantee y'all, if I tell y'all something, one of my deepest, darkest things when it comes to OCD, and another race tells y'all that same exact thing, 9 times out of 10, that other person will receive more comfort, more compassion than I would. People would automatically assume I'm crazy, I need help, I need God, I need this, that, and the third. I promise y'all. But that's the world we live in today. So yeah. So when you was describing everything you just described,
No,
yeah,
you
I
said
relate.
it
I
perfectly. Because I was literally gonna say you're like the main reason why, like, I really like vibed. I guess vibed. I don't know the right. I don't know the right word to use. I'm sorry,
this is all
but like,
good.
I'm black. I probably should have said that, but like, I'm black, and so like when
Mm.
I saw you, I was like, dang, this dude's black too. Like that made my heart skip a beat because I was like, because like in our community, it's hard to talk about things like
Oh
this.
yeah.
Even like,
That's funny. And shit, it was probably you that left the comment, truth be told. Somebody said, I thank you for what you're doing because, as you know, in our community, mental health is not taken seriously. And I was like,
hmm,
even though I didn't do it for that exact reason, like I said, I was just doing it for everybody that deals with mental health. But I know for sure, for our community, mental health is not taken seriously. Like I say,
at all.
if you tell another black person about the truthful thoughts that you experience, they're gonna automatically assume that you're crazy. They're gonna look at you funny. They probably laugh at your ass and think like, bro, you need to smoke a blunt or something. Like, no, gang, I don't need this. I need help. Like,
Yeah,
seriously though, like
okay.
I need someone to give me advice about this. But you looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. Like, but
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah, yeah,
No, you
yeah.
hit it right, like the head on the nail. And I'm not gonna say much else because I want to let other people come up. I think somebody asked to come up, but like literally, when I mind you,
Mm.
what I'm telling people is like
I think
I
more people
did
can come up
something.
too, though. I don't think you gotta leave, honestly.
On well, no, I have to run an errand
Oh,
too.
okay, okay. I feel you. I feel you.
But I like, mind you, and I'm telling people mid spiral, like my closest friends, I'm like, y'all, I did something, and they're like, what did you do?
Mm,
I somebody, and then I explain the whole thing to them, and they're
mm.
looking at me like, what the frick? And then like
Y'all,
the only black friend that I had, I not the only black friend I had, but the only black friend that I have that's actually like studying about psychology and stuff.
mm,
She actually like kind of broke things down to me and was like, long story short, you're tweaking. I get it, but you're
mm.
tweaking.
Yeah.
And she was like, just kind of expressing like when you're in a spiral, like it's hard to realize like you're really not. I feel like it sounds bad, but you're really
Yeah.
not yourself. You're thinking like, kind of the worst possible things
Yeah.
going on. And then like the physical sensations that you get with that too, it
Mm.
makes it so much harder not to feel like, well, what if I am this, or what if this did happen and stuff like that, you know?
Two things. Two things.
Hmm.
This is why I love talking to y'all. Cause I swear to God, I'm not. I'm sorry, guy. I didn't mean to swear on you. All my life. Damn, he told me not to swear on my life either. Okay, I promise. When y'all talk to y'all, bro, y'all bring me back, and not in a bad way. Y'all bring me back to moments where, like, I dealt with certain situations. Like y'all deal with the same exact moments that I honestly forget about. But when y'all tell me about it, when y'all tell me about y'all stories, I'll be like, damn, I did go through that. And then I'll be like, okay, now I can help y'all get through it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's I love talking to y'all about this. But another thing, like I said, I don't want to be. Like I said, I don't really talk about race and stuff like that because, like I said, I look at us all as people. You know? But
Yeah.
sad to say, it's sad that I feel comfortable that we all low key may feel comfortable talking to another race about what we go through. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, not saying that we don't want to talk to other races about what we're going through, but you know what I'm saying? We come from, you know what I'm saying? We mainly around your peoples, you know what I'm saying? Your race. You think that, okay, I can talk to y'all, you know what I'm saying? I will have the love to support that, that these other races give they race when it comes to certain topics like this. But then when they don't, you know what I'm saying? That shit hurt. So what do? We end up talking because I'm gonna be honest. I feel like a lot of the people that I talk to are not black. Truth be told, it's rare, very rare, and it's like that because of our community, the way it is.
Hmm.
And because I feel like I feel like somebody that a black person that may be going like that may see my live and stuff like that, even though they see who I, you know what I'm saying, how I am, how comforting I am, how how I give advice and stuff like that, they probably look at me like, I feel like if I talk to him, he go judge me just because I'm black. And you know what I'm saying? That's what's in our
Hmm.
community, which is sad. But yeah, yeah,
You applause to you, because yes, and honestly, I like genuinely hope there's like a point in time, whether it be in this generation, the next,
mm,
whenever, when like people can actually like, at least like people are open enough and
mm,
non-judgmental in a sense
yeah,
to be able to like listen and have these conversations, especially in the black community,
no, for
because a
sure,
lot of these people, I say it with all due respect, and I'm not even trying to be funny, a lot of people walking around really, can I cuss?
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. They're like literally walking around really fucked up in the head and not like, they're not aware of it. And it's
Mm,
like, I'm no medical professional or mental health professional
yeah,
whatsoever. I just know what I've experienced and how
mm,
I've gone through life. And then even my grandfather, he has, PTSD, schizophrenia, all these
yeah,
things. And I'm like, you need to talk to a therapist. I know you
mm.
don't want to, but it's gonna help you in the long run.
No, for real
Or
though.
like, just find somebody that you can talk to about whatever you may have going on and things like that, you know?
I hope I say this right. Isaiah said he come up next. Big dog, I got a question for sure. One more thing.
Mm.
The dude that you was talking about, that you said that he's talking about like autism and stuff like that. Um, and he was basically self-diagnosing people and stuff like that. That's
Hmm.
why when a lot of people come to me, like I say, as y'all know, my DMs are open. Like I don't, I may not respond as quickly as I want to. So I try, but I always tell y'all to take everything I say with a grain of salt because I'm
Yeah.
not a therapist. I'm not a professional. Um, and I'm not gonna sit here and say like I don't, because I've never self-diagnosed anybody that I've talked to. You know what I'm saying? They
Hmm.
may have asked me like, does it seem like, are you Muslim,
Yeah.
bro? No, 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 I'm not Muslim. But they may ask me like, does it seem like OCD or do I have OCD? And I tell them like, this could possibly be OCD, or I would say this is OCD, but that's not me
To
diagnosing
make
it.
judgment on.
Yeah, like it's not me saying that you
Yeah.
actually got it. It's just like, yeah, this is what OCD is. But yeah, that's
Hmm.
why I make that clear from the jump. Like I'm not a professional, y'all. It's funny because somebody texts me like, bro, I don't know why I'm talking to you like you my therapist or something like that. And I'm like, I mean, I give off the vibe that I am a therapist. I don't try to, but that's what I do. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I don't try to like when it comes to certain things. That's why when you asked me the question about confessing, and I
Yeah.
was sitting here just looking like this, like, and just trying to, I was trying to gather what I was trying to say because I don't want to just talk to y'all and give y'all bullshit advice. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because like that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's like everything that I do, like on here, like I try to make sure that I'm doing it as pure as possible. I guess.
I think you said that right.
Yeah, I don't try to like I don't want y'all to ever think that I know it all. Yeah, like that. I
Hmm.
don't. I still like even though I feel like I've like fought this battle for quite some time, and I feel like I've soaked a lot of knowledge behind this disorder. I still feel like sometimes there's some things I don't know, and I feel like
Hmm.
some things that could possibly help us get through it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's kind of how I am too. Like, I'll like my friends. They'll like ask me certain things. Oh, I feel like it sounds bad. It's very unfortunate because at least the people closest to me
Mhm.
know like everything that I've been through,
Yeah.
and like now as an adult, they're either going through like the same thing or similar
Hmm.
things, and they'll be like, "Hey, is this? Do you think this is like
Hmm.
going on with me?" And I'm like,
No,
you know,
I promise
you know.
y'all. I swear, I promise y'all, it was so crazy, bro. Listen, I've been doing this for quite some time, y'all. Like she said, she found me in 2020. Like, so it's been 5 years. I've been doing this for 5 years, y'all. Me, I'm not thinking that I will never reach an older audience. I'm thinking I'm like this is more so for my age group, you know what I'm saying, or younger.
Mm.
There's a lady at my church that I've been going to since I was a kid. She's probably 70 or something like that. She actually lately I haven't been going to church at all lately. I started going back like 2 weeks ago. She came up to me. Keep in mind, I've been on it. Y'all know I've been on and off with advocating for OCD and stuff like that because just personal reasons. But when I came up to her, and she actually reached out to me before about this, but I didn't know that she was talking about OCD. She was
Mm.
like, she hugged me. She was like, um, how has the intrusive thoughts been? I'm like, huh? So I'm thinking about, I'm like, you know about this? So she like, I know I experienced it myself and I know how bad it can get. I'm like, oh
It's
heck, what the
crazy.
so like I said, my mind's like what I'm doing is y'all, like I said, I'm not trying to target a specific type of group, but I know for sure that like nine times out of ten, I'm going to reach people that are around my age, maybe a little bit older, and more so younger. But not at fucking 70 or 75. Like I'm thinking
Dude.
these are people that gonna be like, you need to talk to God. You need to go see
Mm-hmm.
somebody. Like they gonna automatically like judge me, assume things about me. But man, man,
It's crazy.
that's
And
crazy.
dude, I just want to say again too, like you are genuinely a blessing to a lot of people right now.
And I
Like,
appreciate that for real though.
of course, anytime, anytime. And like I appreciate you, having the courage to even like come on the internet and talk about this stuff.
Of course.
To me, like like big kudos to you because like that it scares me. And like I said, what I want to do, like, okay, I want to make like music and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I enjoy cosplaying, and people are always like, "Oh, do you have an Instagram?" I'm like, damn, I don't even want to be on
You
social
sound like my
media.
best friend, man. Y'all need to get out that shell. Like,
It's bad.
and
It's bad.
I said that's easier said than done. Cause like I said, I didn't see myself doing this. Truth be told,
Mm-hmm.
it was another OCD advocate. She don't really advocate for OCD no more because she kind of moving up in life, which I
That's good.
love to hear. You know what I'm saying? Her name is Phoebe.
Phoebe.
One day I was just going on TikTok, and she was so damn blunt about her OCD, and I'm like, damn, I need to be like that. And one day, shit, I was having a badass episode, and I said, skip it. I'm gonna do it. So I'm saying all that. I say all that to say this. It starts off being scared. Do it scared. I promise y'all. Y'all will thank yourselves later. Cause I kid you not, I was scared as shit talking about everything that I talk about now. And being so open about it. And I kid y'all not. My first video to ever blow up or semi blow up. I instantly thought like, bro, it's gonna be nothing but judgment. People gonna talk shit. I already know where it's gonna go. I checked that comment section, y'all. I ain't never seen so much love a day in my life on social media. And don't get me wrong, it was definitely hate in there. Motherfuckers judging me, saying all type of weird shit. But I promise y'all, support I had outshined all that shit. And it was many people saying, I relate to you. Can I talk to you about this? And that's where it all started. And like I said, that all started off with me being tired, scared, and just because I'll say this again. This is gonna be my last time I say this. I did not see me doing this. This was never a dream of mine. This was never. I was personally thinking that I was gonna get on here and go on with my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I was gonna talk about it, feel better, and just go. Like don't look back, don't talk about it. But I'm here. I'm here.
Honestly, thank you for being here too. Cause like
Man,
seriously,
I love it. Honestly,
it takes a lot. And like for a moment I thought about it because I'm usually mostly on Instagram,
Mhm.
but I was like, I don't want to call, I guess, a compulsion because my fear is like, well, what if somebody's
Mhm.
like posting something about one of my events, or like
Yeah.
what if somebody's like calling me this and I don't know about it? So I'm always on, like, if I'm on Instagram, 9
Mhm.
times out of 10, I'll be like checking for videos, checking my name and all these things.
Yeah.
And that's not even, honestly, if I'm being honest, it's further from the case. And I know realistically it's further from reality,
Mhm.
but it's still like just that feeling, the like,
I'm gonna
I
say
have to
something,
check.
but I don't want anybody to get triggered from this. So I'm going to say I want to say trigger warning, but at the same time, I feel like I want y'all to hear this because it will help y'all. Because it helped me. Um, Uncertainty. Something that I did not want to hear about, accept. I kid y'all not. I was. I don't even want to bring her up because I'm in a happy relationship. So I'm gonna say this. Around this time, while I was thinking about uncertainty and stuff like that, I kept hearing you have to accept the uncertainty of things. You have to accept the possibility of things happening or not happening. Because sadly, that's just life. Some things you want to happen will happen. Some things you don't want to happen may or may not happen. But, key word, it may or may not happen. And 9 times out of 10, it won't happen at all. But once you get that mindset of, okay, this could happen, but I'm not gonna, obsess over it because it could happen, but it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna focus on what can happen. That's one thing we do, and I don't think a lot of us don't know we do it because we so drowned in these thoughts. We always focus on what we don't want to happen. But what about what we want to happen? Like, yes, we know for sure what we want to happen, but why not worry about what could happen? You know what I'm saying? As far as like what you want to happen, like think about what
Facts.
can happen because 9 times out of 10, it can happen. So I started to say this: learn to be okay with the uncertainty of things. Like
Yes.
this, and that's I kid y'all not. When I say this all the time. I mean it. I may make it look easy. But I swear to you, it's easier said than done. I promise y'all it is. It takes time. Like I said, I've been dealing with this for I want to because like I still of course I still have OCD, but when I was dealing with it at my all time highest and like when I was constantly in episodes that lasted for years. So I was like 3 years tops. You know what I'm saying? But within that time, I've learned a lot. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And yeah, it's like yeah, you. I don't know how long. I really pray and I hope that a lot of y'all that may just be coming across OCD or still dealing with it, like y'all been dealing with for quite some time, that y'all get out these episodes that y'all deal with as fast as possible. But if you can't, try to learn something from it. 'Cause I promise you, it will help you out. I promise you it will.
Facts.
But
And
yeah,
thank you. And I'm gonna actually head out very soon. And I just want to say again, thank you so much.
of
And then
course.
also, like, if I can leave a note as well to add on to the last thing you said,
Hmm.
one thing that I also had to learn, and I think in this situation, it may be a bit different.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to like separate it, but
Hmm.
one thing is I'm still working on was control, because that's really
Hmm.
kind of what OCD is really just control.
Yeah.
And one thing is I don't know, what did they say, like building trust within yourself, even if it's like a small thing, kind of helps you also build that sense of control and that sense of more stability in your life. So even if that's like you, if you tell yourself one night, I want to get 8 hours sleep, get that 8 hours in. Fuck it, or frick it, I'm sorry, get 9 hours if you need to, you know.
No
And
facts.
like another thing was like walking, or like just small like movements throughout the day to kind
Yeah.
of keep yourself busy. And I'm not going to say it's like the thoughts or anything won't still be there, but
Hmm.
it kind of helps ease it to an extent.
Yeah.
But definitely, yeah,
That
for sure.
like they go back to what I was saying. I was like, don't just sit there and just soak in the thoughts or the triggers that you're experiencing
Hmm.
because if you do, it's just going to continue to have that grasp on you. It's still going to hold you. Like,
Yeah.
but once you start doing little, like you said, little things, going out for a walk, brushing your teeth, eating something, like these little things matters. Like I said, it's giving you that sense of control. Like you said,
Hmm.
it's not you're not letting the OCD or intrusive thoughts control you. You're controlling yourself. You know.
Hmm.
So yeah, you definitely got it. Got it.
Thank you, thank you.
Got it.
And you have a blessed day.
You
Everybody
too.
in the chat, have a
And you
blessed
be safe
day.
out here.
And I wish y'all the best in life. And I
Most
really
definitely.
hope if you're going through a spiral, get out of it very soon.
y'all got this, man. Y'all all got this.
Thank you
I
so
believe in
much.
all
Have a
y'all.
great
You
day.
too.
Thank you.
That was nice, y'all. I love doing that. All right, Isaiah. I think I said it right. You next. I hope I invite you twice.
Hey, what's up, man? Can you
What's
hear
going
me?
on, Slime?
What's good, dude? Hey, dude, I've been listening to this while I work, and man, it has. I've been taking notes. Like, honestly, like because most of the time I feel tired.
Hmm.
I'm in the same boat as you, where it's like, yo, I had to thug this out on my own, like most
Yeah.
of my life. So my thing is, I walk around like tired because I've been like fighting this most of my life. I just now got a diagnosis. I just now got on medication.
Okay.
So like to see somebody like you that's been like, damn, I had to figure out what this was, how it acts, how I
Yeah.
can fight it, and then for you to come out with like just such positivity and
Hmm.
this outlook, and like I'm like, it's blowing my mind, dude. I just want to say thank you so much.
No problem. I ain't gonna lie. Like hearing that you know fought this for so long, you just got tired. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. Um, I've been very tired lately. Like it get to a point, bro. Like I'm like I
One
can't
sec,
do
one sec. My audio's cutting out. I'm gonna try plugging in headphones. Let me see if you can hear me.
Okay.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you said you were
Yeah.
tired,
Like
and then I cut off the rest of it.
no, you good. I've been very tired lately, y'all. Like truth be told, bro.
Yeah,
Truth be told,
yeah,
it's the OCD for sure.
yeah,
But
dude. I feel like when I was 20, I felt
mm,
like a 30-year-old. You know what I mean?
dog, it was not lying, like bro. Like, I feel like life, like like you said, I feel like a 40-year-old, 30-year-old, like just like life just been life and lately, bro.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly, but like man, I've just been listening to what you said, and
mm,
actually, I know you're tired. I know we're all tired again,
yeah,
but like, it's given me some hope. It's given me some, some encouragement,
oh
and
yeah,
so just thank you for helping me. I wish somebody helps you the way that you helped us, bro.
man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna say I'm glad nobody did help me because that sounds crazy, but I'm always grateful for the journey that I went through because
Yeah,
it allowed me to be here to help y'all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm
yeah, I
very
appreciate
grateful.
that.
I'm very grateful to be helping y'all. And truth be told, y'all help me do what I do. Honestly, like I said, if I didn't
It's weird how
receive,
it's weird how similar we all are. Like I'm listening
oh,
to you guys talk, I'm like, damn, like
bro,
that's me. That's
I
me.
I face this like every day. Like I said, because a lot of people
Yeah,
message me every day. So when somebody like message me about their story and stuff like that, it's the same. It might be different themes, but it's the same
yeah.
exact story. Like it just all comes together in some way. Like yeah,
So some things I'm not gonna ask you for like for I got a diagnosis. Like, don't worry, I'm not gonna put you in the hot seat or like
I
for
know you,
professional help.
bro.
But I'm
You
just
good?
curious about your story because you
Mhm.
said like you've been leaning on God a lot lately,
Yeah.
and I would say I was raised Catholic. So
Mhm.
the thing that how I looking back, how also I've been listening to the live for a while. You
Mhm.
said earlier like we've had OCD even when we were kids, we just didn't know it,
Yeah.
and that's how looking back, that's kind of one of the things that clued me in was
Mhm.
because I remember when I used to pray, and I'm sure you had this too where I'd be like, oh, I pray for my family, but then I'd be like, oh, but that doesn't mean I want my extended family to die. And I'm like, oh, even though I pray for my extended family, please don't kill me.
Bro, I swear, bro, I promise you. I used to pray and I try to mention everybody in my family. My mama,
Yeah,
my grandma, my TT. And it got to a point, I'm like,
yeah,
bro, I gotta say it by name. Mama this, my auntie, TT this, TT, grandma this.
yeah.
Bro, that,
I
man.
know that's the thing. So that's why I'm like, damn. So and sometimes I pray and I end up feeling worse after. So I'm
Mm,
curious about your side, how you've been leaning on godly, because that kind of I think was a trigger for most of us, for a lot of
yeah.
us, was because we all had that experience of like,
Hmm.
oh fuck, dude, I'm praying, but then I keep thinking like these bad thoughts about
Hmm.
Jesus, or I keep thinking about like, I'm going to hell, or I'm like, what
Yeah.
if I'm, you know what I mean? So I'm
No, no,
wondering
no.
like, how do you deal with that, both of those together?
So I think it's more so like you gotta, it's the black and white thing. Like
Yeah, yeah,
when when it comes to this like disorder, it makes us feel like we have to be so specific about a lot of things. Or
hmm,
if something is labeled like if something is bad, then it's just completely bad. Like for
yeah,
example, like say when you praying, you have an intrusive thought while praying, and you automatically think like, damn, I might go to hell because I just had this intrusive thought. But it's like, I'm be honest,
yeah.
if we all, and I'm speaking from a religious standpoint, like if we all
Yeah.
know God for being this forgiving God and he know all, you know what I'm saying, like he know what you're going through, you know what I'm saying, he
That's true too,
yeah,
and I
like
also think like I also think like I used to go through this thing too, where like, and I'm sure maybe you have too, where it's like, dang, well, like, why can't he just fix this for me? This thing that I've gone through. But I've come to like mature. I'm not Christian per se, but I do believe in like the Holy Spirit. I believe in like God. But I've come to this point where I'm like, I don't think God works like that, where he's just gonna fix it for you. I think he'll give you the tools to get you through it. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of where I've matured.
Y'all,
Yeah, so it's interesting to hear from you.
y'all preaching today. Y'all doing y'all damn stuff too.
Yeah.
I talk about this. Well, I've talked about this like a couple months ago. Like I said, I used to pray to God every day, faithfully, day and night. And it got to a point where I was so, and I feel like we all just get to this moment where we just so tired, bro. Like,
Tired.
I'm sitting, I'm like, dog, truth be told, God, I love you. I know you got me, but I don't want to talk no more. Like, I'm done talking. And as soon as I did that, I kid you not, I started to get guided towards certain things. Now, at first, while I'm going through this, I'm not thinking it's God. I'm thinking it's just me, just, you know what I'm saying, finding these things out type stuff.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, this realization took place like probably like, was it this year or maybe last year? I thought, I'm like, damn, God never left me, bro. Like, God was there the whole time. Even when I stopped talking to him, he was still guiding me to these things to help me with what I was going through. So, and it made me come back to what you were saying, like, as far as trying to pray it away. God was like, no, I'm not going to take this away from you, because there's something for you to learn while you're going through this. And once you learn it, I got you. So, like listen, we all been through
you were
that.
saying earlier, I asked you in the comments, I was like, do you think there's anything good about this? Because honestly, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I have pure O. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, but I think you are right. And if I want to be maybe a little egotistical, I think we're at a point in our spiritual journey where this is the only way to get to that next step. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's me just putting like a purpose on what we're going through. But I'm like, because you're right, because it does kind of make us unique individuals. I would say, you know what I mean? I'm not. Yeah, I can't talk to the everyday Joe about this.
Yeah,
you know.
And I think at first I used to say, like, I used to look at it as punishment, because this is
me too.
terrible. I'm like, bro, this is, like you said, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Like, it's people that I genuinely, and God forgive me because I'm working on forgiveness, but there's certain people I don't like that I still wouldn't wish this on them. Like,
exactly,
it's terrible. But then it got to a point where I'm thinking, like, bro, something got to come out of this. It's a purpose, like, for sure. And y'all, and I feel like we all have different purposes to be here. Like I said, my purpose may be different from yours, and it may be the same. I don't know. But like I said, when it came to me, when it comes to this, like when it comes to me and dealing with OCD, I'm like, this is the reason, right here.
I appreciate that.
Because
I got a weird question. Maybe I'll talk. Like I said, I've been writing notes while I've been listening. So this is something I've come across that I've experienced. I want to know if you've experienced it. Where like you don't have OCD maybe for a week or something, where you're just like, man, I'm thinking clear, and you start to miss it. Has that ever happened to you?
Miss it as far as, well,
sometimes it's like I don't know if that's I've heard about that happening to other people where it's like, man, I'm like, fuck, where's my OCD?
I feel like that's it. I don't feel like, because I feel like we don't. I don't feel like we miss it. I feel like we. Well, I think we can use that. Yeah, we miss it, but not in the way that we think like we miss it. Like, it's like, damn, I'm so used to constantly having intrusive thoughts. Like, so hell yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like I said, lately, I've been battling my OCD. You know what I'm saying? It has been back full effect for sure. But before then, bro, I used to have months where I'm not obsessing over intrusive thoughts, and I'd be like, damn,
exactly,
that's weird. Like, where the intrusive thoughts at, bro? Like, where you at? Because I know you're gonna pop out somewhere, and it don't pop out, and I'll be like, damn. Well, I guess I'm done.
Weird. It reminds me of that scene from Ricky Bobby where the dad's like, man, he's like, sometimes when shit gets too good, I get a little antsy. No. I'm like, damn, I kind of get that, dude.
Bro,
I kind of get
that's
that.
every time. Like, I'm be honest. When life is going perfect for me, per se, I'm like, bro, I'm ready for the fuck up. I'm ready. Like, I know it's going to come.
I'm ready for the other boot to
I don't know if it's gonna happen now or a couple of days later, a week later, but I know something is coming.
Something bad. Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna keep this quick. I don't want to take too much of your time.
No, you good.
But let me see here. Oh yeah. So you were talking too about like, and this is what we always say because I'm in a group. I just started going to group for this,
Mm.
but we always talk like this where we're like, oh, it attacks this or it wants us isolated,
Mm.
and I just think. Not to trigger anybody, I know, especially if somebody's going through spiritual psychosis or something like that, or if somebody's going through religious psychosis, or if somebody that's their trigger.
Yeah.
But it is so weird how everybody that deals with OCD almost puts like personal attributes to it to where like, oh, it attacks you here or it wants you, and it's like almost like we're describing a person.
Yeah.
I don't have any thoughts about that. I just thought that was weird because that's what I do too, where I'm like, oh, like it wants this or it's doing this or
Yeah.
here's what it's doing, almost like if I'm describing like, you know, a person.
Like no, I ain't
So I
lie.
thought that's
I
weird.
definitely felt that. Like I said, I've always felt like it was always another person within
Yeah.
me in a way. Like not like on some like
I get you.
yeah, like on some like it's another side of me that's like that hates me. If that makes sense. Like it hates that where I'm trying to go, so it's trying to like stir me away from it or like tarnish it. So
Well, it attacks. In my experience, it attacks what I love the most. So, like,
Yeah.
when I was Christian, like, I'm not Christian anymore. I still believe in God, but I'm not Christian anymore.
yeah,
I just found my own path through Buddhism because, like,
Mhm.
like we talked about, you and I have been thugging this out forever.
yeah.
I had to find something, and the only thing that worked for me at the time was like meditating. So it led me into Buddhism. But yeah, it like so when I was praying to God,
Mhm.
it would be like, oh, like here's an image, by the way, of something horrible happening to Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Or if I would be like loving my parents, it'd be like, oh, here's an image of something happening to your parents.
Mhm.
So it does, for some reason, whatever you're like, you love the most, it like that's what it focuses attention towards.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting.
Very interesting. 'Cause I always ask the question like, bro, why don't it target either A, things I don't care about, or B, people I don't care about? If that makes sense. Like, of course, I'm a loving person, but why is it targeting my loved ones? Why is it targeting my morals, my beliefs? Why is it not targeting
Exactly.
random things? Like, it has to target the things I love the most. Like, it's it's very weird.
And just so you know, I've also had what was the homosexuality one. I've had the I'm a serial killer.
Yeah.
I've had all of this stuff, and so like don't like if you ever feel like, man, like no, everything you've talked about so far I've experienced.
I ain't gonna lie.
I would say like,
It gets to a point like no, you good. It gets to a point like I don't feel like that no more. Like I thank God for it. Because like I said, when it comes to OCD, it definitely makes you feel like you're the only person that deals with this. And that's where it all starts for everybody. Like everybody I talk to, they literally say like, bro, when I first started dealing with this, I felt like I was alone. I felt isolated. Like, and you think like we are going crazy and stuff like that. But then, like I said, when I do what I do, I come across many people who have the same exact story as me. So it's like I start to feel like less alone. Like I love connecting with y'all because it's like it always reminds me of that. Like even at times, like I ain't gonna say I never felt like I'm alone. Because it be times I'll be like, damn, like this shit is like draining the shit out of me. And I feel like I'm the only one dealing with it at this all time highest. But like I said, talking to y'all, it helps me realize like I'm not.
Well, that's what they say in the movies, right? They say like you go to the doctor and they ask you, "Hey, are you having any suicidal or homicidal thoughts?" But if you answer yes to that, you're gonna get locked up. So I didn't tell anybody for years,
Man.
because I was like, "Oh, not," but then not realizing like what they mean when they're saying that is like, "Do you want to hurt yourself or do you?" And of course, we don't. People with OCD don't, but we do all the time think about this shit. You know what I mean? So that's what it stopped me from like getting help because I was like, I don't want to get locked up, dude. I don't want to get locked up.
It's funny, we all went through that. And I said I feel like besides my personal belief that is changing right now. Like I said back then, I was like, bro, I ain't going to no therapist, I ain't going to no doctor because I just don't trust it. But besides that, I definitely was scared that if I was to go to a doctor or a therapist, anyone, and I tell them like, I have thoughts about this. Well, I'm gonna put you in asylum. But like, wait, like
exactly.
I say I have thoughts about it. I ain't say I don't want to do it. Like say, like you said, that makes you like very private about what you go through when it comes to OCD because you don't want this because like I say it's in a movie But it definitely, of course, we know it happens in real life. Like if you tell somebody this, 9 times out of 10, they gonna call the police on you, try to
Exactly.
send you to a hospital, mental hospital, and stuff like that. And it's like, damn, like that.
Dude, I saw something that I think about all the time. It broke my heart because, like you said, like you and I are going through this, but I think you remember a point when you were a kid where you're like, "Oh no, there's something like wrong with me." And you,
Mhm.
unfortunately, I don't want to cry while I'm saying that, but you had to deal with it all your own without knowing what's
Yeah.
happening to you. There was a video on TikTok a while ago where people were like saying like, share your secret," and this little kid, like 7 years old, was like, "Sometimes I think about like hurting or assaulting my little sister." Now, keep in mind, this kid was like didn't want to do this,
Yeah.
hadn't gone through puberty yet. His mind's not even in that place, but
Exactly.
he's just getting flooded with these thoughts. And I'm reading the comments, and it's all like, "They lock this kid up. This is a monster. This kid needs to be da da da." And I'm like, feel like heartbroken because I'm like, no, like, dog, like that's where we're at in the society doesn't understand this illness. Like this kid is getting attacked by his own brain, and like people in America can't even understand that. They think that like he's choosing to do this. That shit broke my heart, to be
Nah,
honest with
for
you.
real though. And like I said, that's something that we go through on a daily basis. And
Yeah,
we are scared to come out about it because as soon as we do, the worst happens. And what's crazy is
yeah.
it'd be so crazy. We are the most I don't know a lot of people from Academy. I know y'all, as I talk to y'all, but I know
Yeah.
deep down inside, everybody that I've talked to or just know that deals with OCD, we wouldn't hurt a
It's great for
fly, bro.
He's a
Like,
great person, dude.
like,
He's a great person. Yeah, I
like
think like you're like one of the best people I know. That last girl that was
I
on here,
appreciate
she's
that.
like one of the best people. Like I feel like y'all are genuine people.
Yeah.
They even did a study with this. This guy was like, if I get my hands on a knife, I'm gonna stab somebody. I'm gonna stab somebody. I'm gonna stab.
Mhm.
And he just his whole life thought he was gonna stab somebody. Finally, his therapist just takes a knife, puts it in his hands, and he's just like, huh. And that's us to a T.
Exactly.
It's like we're actually good people. We're freaking out that we're bad people. All right, last thing I'm gonna say before I dip out, I definitely want to be respectful of your time.
I know you good, bro. You good,
Something
bro.
I've been struggling with lately is I've been like, and I don't want to bum you out, but like something I've been dealing with is I've been like, man, I miss like the old version of me. I feel like I lost that spark that I had, like that twinkle in my eye.
Yeah.
But something you said on this live was like, specifically about that, you were like, I'm so excited for this new version of me. Like instead of like looking backwards about like the person I used to be,
Yeah.
you're like now like because I've gone through this journey, like I'm so excited for like who it's turning me into. And
Exactly.
I'm like, damn, like that really spoke to me. So I want to say thank you before I head out.
Of
Man.
course, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I think I said it. There be times where I do miss my old self because I don't know. It's like that spark you speak of. Like I said, I feel like that spark is like we don't feel it as much as we will want to,
Dog, you
or
still
not at
have it,
all.
bro. Trust me, you still have it.
Yes,
Like you're out here you're doing amazing things, brother.
and that's the thing,
You
though.
really got the skill.
I feel like that version of us that we miss.
Yeah,
It's not that it's gone. It's evolving.
it's
Because-
evolving.
Because deep down inside, I kid y'all not. Like I said, I still to this moment sometimes I feel like I miss my older self, but I still feel like I'm my older self. I just grew. I matured.
Yeah,
Because in general, like I said at the beginning or in the middle, I forgot when I said it, but this is just life, y'all. Like genuinely,
Yeah.
like people may make it seem like OCD is something that is not common. It's not something that is normal. I kid y'all not. All this is normal. This is life.
yeah,
Because the same thing that we going through it with OCD, somebody reinsurance. Like I said, we get triggered by something or something happens to us. And I'm speaking from not an OCD person, right? Someone that don't have OCD, right? Something triggers them, something bothers them. What do? 9 times out of 10, they pray to God. They seek something for reinsurance, something to give them that confidence back, something that gives them that I got this, that aligns them back to what they want to do. What's the difference with us with OCD? We get triggered with a
Ours just takes a little longer. That's it. Ours just takes a little
exactly. We get triggered with
longer.
OCD,
Yeah.
and we looking like we feel lost. We feel like we need something to give us that that's something that realign us. So what do? We seek reinsurance. We pray. We avoid things. We do something to try to align us back into who we are and what we believe in. It's no difference, bro. This is life. In general.
Yes, sir.
It's that simple. It's life.
Man, this was a blessing, man. Thank you. Have a
Like,
great rest of your
I
morning.
appreciate y'all. Like I'm gonna do this more often. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm back. I tell you, I'm back fully, bro. We will be back Wednesday because my phone is about to die. So I'm glad that I got to talk to a couple of y'all. I loved it. I love it. Yeah, yeah. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Let's say we back Wednesday. I'm gonna do it around the same time. Yeah. Can I join on Wednesday, bro? I want to share my story. For sure. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I got time for one more. If you want to join now, you can. I got time for one more. If you want to. Just if you want. If not, we can wait. We can wait till Wednesday for sure. It's up to you. So you want to do it now? For sure? Yeah, I got time. I'm chilling. We chilling. No Wednesday, bro. All right, bet. All right, bet. So once again, I appreciate y'all tuning in. On the repair. I feel you. We back Wednesday. I was so it'll be around the same time. So I don't know what time it is for y'all right now. It's 1:42 for me. I will try to do it like around like 11, maybe 12ish. But yeah, hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day, man. Continue to take care of yourselves, love one another, love yourself. Remember, this don't this, the thoughts, the intrusive thoughts that you experience, the intrusive feelings, sensations, the images, visions, all that stuff, it do not define you. You define it, and you define yourself. And remember, my DMs are open. I'll try to get to y'all as best as I can. But yeah, I'm gone.
No!